King's on some D-Gap shit.
This is the sick.
After the show, me and D-Loc ended up getting pretty drunk together, and I was like, yo, I want to manage your band, man. I want to manage your band. He's like, oh, you got to talk to Brad. You got to talk to Brad. I'm like, no, you don't know, man. I'm gonna blow your shit up. This is what I've been waiting for, you know?
He loved it. He's like, dude, I want to work with this band. I'm like, are you serious, you know? Because at that point, no one wanted to work with, no one wanted to open the door, help us out. We're just pretty much doing it just on our own crazy dream, you know what I mean? At that point, he'd book us, put us on some shows here and there in our French, and he kept coming up to me, dude, I want to work with this band. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I want to manage them. I'm like, are you serious? And at that point, I wasn't really ready to have anyone else involved in the project because we're still kind of developing it, you know? And then Kevin Zinger kept staying on me, like, no, I'm serious. So I went down to that meeting with him. And
so we went out to dinner that night, you know, just ended up talking, vibing out, you know. We both, like, very similar sort of, like, mindsets of where we come from and the way we think about things and stuff like that. So we clicked right off the bat.
We said, okay, let's do this thing. Well, I explained to my vision. I want to start Suburban Noise Records. I want to put out our own record. And he had SRH going down to San Diego, and he pretty much like, hey, dude, I see your vision completely. I'm trying to do my same thing. He's trying to do SRH records, and he was down for the cause, you know what I mean? And he's willing to put, like, I'll put some my own money into making this thing happen. So I'll put some money up and get you guys in the studio, and let's do this and that thing. And I said, listen, guys, I mean, we're really going to step and do this thing serious. Me and Zinger are putting the money up to do this record. So all I'm asking you guys is your commitment to do this, you know what I mean?
No, I didn't know what to think, actually. I was like, yeah, right, you know, yeah, okay, yeah, cool, I'm down, no, I'm down, I'll put 100 into it, but yeah, right.
You know, I'll pay for your Taco Bell or whatever, you guys come up and live with me in LA, and we'll just do this full time. Humble Gods, I got dropped from Hollywood, so that kind of like, I had this time period where I was just doing some clubs and I was going to focus on KottonMouth and start Suburban Noise Records. So they pretty much moved in with me. And everyone thought I was crazy once again, you know what I mean? All my friends like, you know, dude, what are you doing? You're having these kids live with you and not bringing them to the clubs, and they're underage and they're getting drunk, causing problems, you know. To me, it's kind of funny because at that point I was pretty much, you know, I was already committed to do this thing full time, so.
Brad X's mind is a super mind. You don't really know about Daddy X's mind. His whole conception was this whole Suburban Noise thing to begin with, and he had that 10 years ago, and now it's unfolding.
I said, okay, listen, we're going to actually go in and record it. We've done the first round of demos. We're going to actually do this record. And the night before we're getting ready to go in the studio, we'd had this meeting because Richter all of a sudden was down in Orange County. He wasn't coming up to LA as much. Like, we'd be writing and Richter wasn't showing up. And then Richter's doing his own thing, he's slinging weed and doing his thing, what he had to do to get by. And he wasn't really taking the group too serious. He didn't think this thing could work. Really, I think what it came down to, you know.
But I started the group with everybody. It was me, Loc, and Saint. We started it or whatever, and there was a little bit. I recorded like 17 songs with the Kings. Just some internal arguments and some other things happened and whatnot, and I just split ways.
Richard's like, dude, this guy's crazy. He wasn't ready to commit to do this thing. But D-Loc and Saint were game, you know. And we had this meeting with Richter, like, hey, dude, you got to come up and show up. We're getting in the studio. And it wound up, he was like, pretty much, it wasn't going to work at that point in time. Richter's getting in some trouble. So we wound up, okay, we're going to start this record without Richter, and we'll just do it ourselves. Me, you know, us three will do it.
You know, when Richter left, it was me and Saint for a while just on stage, you know what I mean? X kind of stepped in, and we were like, yo, we want you on stage. I was like, X, you need to come on stage. It's your crazy shit, man. The Humble God shit, you know what I mean? Just the way, doggy style, you know what I mean? Double freak. X was crazy back, he's still crazy, you know what I mean? Daddy X came in, wrote a bunch of his own parts, re-recorded the songs.
So we started working on the album. The night before we're supposed to go in the studio, I get the phone call, D-Loc's in jail. I think he got caught for shoplifting or something. This is like, the next day we're supposed to start this record, and I was trying to get them on the page, like, all right, you guys need to be focused. You want to do this, you got to be serious, cut the bullshit, you know what I mean, and let's focus and do this. It's going to take some commitment, it's going to take hard work, you know what I mean? But at that point, trying to get them to understand what it really took to do it wasn't probably as easy as you probably think, you know what I mean? Wound up putting up the money, bailing D-Loc out of jail.
So we started making the record and we're doing shows. All of a sudden we got contacted from Interscope Records. I knew somebody over at Interscope Records, and I told them about the band. They contacted me, hey, I want to check this out. Somebody else contacted me, and we want to check this thing out, right? And we just kind of took it as a joke, like, you know, who the fuck's gonna sign, you know, 3 white dudes who rap? You know, there wasn't anything to go off of, you know, so I was like, this ain't gonna ever happen.
And he's with this guy, Ian Montone. We're doing a show there, and Ben Gordon comes up to me, he's all, hey man, what's up with your group here? He's all, do you guys got a record out or anything? Like, what, you guys looking to get a record deal? I said, actually, no, man, we're not looking to get a record deal. We have our own label, Suburban Noise. We're just starting our own label. And so, well, can I get a tape or something like that? I said, well, no, we're not really giving out tapes. It's not like that. We're doing our own record on Suburban Noise Records. And, but if you want to come down to the studio and hear some stuff, yeah, come on down. But let you hear it, but we don't give out tapes like that. We're not letting no one hear it till it's done, you know? So, make a long story short, Ben came down to the studio. Ian became our lawyer. Zinger became our manager, my partner. And we were doing this, and all of a sudden we start getting, take meetings with Jimmy Iovine and Tom Whalley, and they set up this showcase in the Viper Room for the KottonMouth to play for Tom Whalley and Jimmy Iovine and these guys. At first we weren't going to do it because, you know, I didn't know what the purpose was, but we wound up doing it. I just remember the guy's table getting knocked over, drinks got spilled, and he walked up and left. So we never heard from him. So we figured, oh, we fucked that one up. You know, we were kind of laughing about it.
You're done, take 1. Actually, like take 5. D-Lo gonna have it's all about go to bed and get to sleep. When they see you creeping in the street.